where all the students, all the people from my village have moved towards the Hazaribagh or the major cities. And that is the question where you will say that log to bolenge hi. Suno sabki, karo apni.
We can't able to give a second time. So if you are thinking that getting failure one time, we should don't be more concerned about that. We should not.
So-
But the financial problem is.
So that is the second thing. That I noticed that it is an examination I can crack in the future. Because if I at that time I haven't read any book, but after giving the examination, I thought that if I would have read some books, few books, I would have cracked the examination. I went on giving the examination few more times because it like the notification comes twice a year. But again, I wasn't able to qualify the examination because of lack of information about the source of books. Like you can go in the bookshop, they will prefer you that you have to read Arihant if you have to crack the examination. But after you will read Arihant, you will find there are more books you have to read to crack the examination. It is not sufficient. At that time, I wasn't having any guide who can just give me a very you can say you can provide me some reference to some source books. But after few you can say after few months when I got to read the syllabus of UPSC, and I found that all those books which I have to read to crack AFCAT and CDS are the same books which I have to read for UPSC. Okay, and at that time, if I thought like if I am preparing and if the contents are same, it is just that in AFCAT basics questions comes, but only from that book. Means those books which comes in UPSC, you have to read those books in UPSC. So at that time, I decided to read for pursue my career as a UPSC. But again, I want to pursue my career where I will be able to utilize my skills like only in the systematic job. System, you can say attached to the system in defense, either as a IS, as a IPS, and you will see that my first preference for the job is IPS. And the job I will be performing in the IPS and in Air Force Army, they have some similarities like discipline. And I will be getting a uniform. Okay, so that is how I am pursuing UPSC, and at the same I was also giving the examination of APCAT and CDS, and I qualified it, and I went for the interview.
It is not difficult for you, you think so? I think it is very difficult for you.
Suppose you have two examinations, okay, and in both examinations you have to read the same book. Then what does it matter that why you shouldn't give the examination if you don't have to read any other book?
But I don't think so. It is not comparison between UPSC and NDA examination. It is very different for each other. When only you are saying it is not valid reason. The books and both of examination.
See, everyone have their own reasons. Some pursue for APCAT and not for UPSC because they think that they cannot qualify the UPSC examination, or it might happen they might have dreamt for the uniform of the army. Okay, so dreams matters.
Yeah, very true. Just couple of months back, you were in resilience in Zealand just right after, like getting back from that 5 days of SSB. Then you literally announced that I would be surely cracking the next SSB round. But today, your perception has completely been changed that you are pursuing a career towards UPSC. So what happened exactly between the 2, 3, and 4 months that you directed your life from SSB towards UPSC? What attracted you in just 3 to 4 months? Yeah.
So it's I will say only one word: development.
Okay.
Okay.
In terms of
No, I will elaborate it, but I will start with the one word: development. With UPSC, either as an IPS officer or as an IAS officer, I can ensure the development which the government wants to provide you, and it is not being able to deliver it to you. I want to be the part that ensure that all those developments that they want to provide you, and I guarantee you, if all those policies and all those laws and all those developments that they are willing to provide, and if it is ensured that it is fully provided to you, you will see whole new India. I want to be the part of it.
so you're trying to say that you want to be a part of change.
Yes,
Where
I don't want that our boat is moving towards a new era, like in development. I don't want to be left behind. I want to be the part of that boat who is working for the development of the country.
okay, of course. Over to share your thoughts. Next, yes, Steve, and rest of the candidates again.
I think I was from here. We want lots of changes in our India, and we need revolution. So if you want become a IS officer, so first what you want to change in our India?
What would be the first thing that you want to change if you get that position?
Yeah. I want to eliminate unnecessary people in the system. Unnecessary people in the system, not like that firing someone. It's like unnecessary elements who are being like a burden to the society or development, like you can say middle persons, like who are not able to, who are trying their best to not the policies to be implemented.
Mediators.
Yeah, like suppose the government is providing many policies, many money to the government for the development, but again the money is not being delivered to the people. Why? You will say only word corruption.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to be the part of the system where the system will work against the corruption. I will ensure the full development with the full speed.
But there is also a scenario. What will happen if your higher authorities are getting indulged in kind of this corruption? Like, don't you think like will be getting pressurized with the same thing?
Yes, sir. Again, that is,
Either you get into the system or you can leave the job.
sir, that is the place where UPSC comes in, because it's not the, you will say that political parties or the governments are ruling. It's not them. The policies are not being made by the governments, or you will say Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not making the policies. He might even don't know about many of the laws or many of the economic terms, but again you will see him delivering the speech on the economics. He is not master of it. Manmohan Singh he was an economist. He was an IS officer. So again, all those policies, all those reforms are being made by administrators. And who are the administrators? Again, that's the place where IS comes in. So you might say that few officers are corrupt, like a Pooja Singhal of the Jharkhand. You will say she was of the mining department. Okay, so there is a corrupted persons in all the departments. So in IS also there are, but again many of them are working as a good, like Ajit Doval, our defense secretary. So
Famous name.
so I will say all those reforms are made by the IS officers. So if IS officer is a very honest person, I will say no corruption can exist in a country.
I think the politician is more powerful than the politician. Sorry, the politician is more powerful than the IS officers. How to change it?
Well, I can say president is most powerful person in the country. ये होते हैं दिखाने के दांत और खाने के दांत. दिखाने के दांत होते हैं politicians. They are the one to decide. But उनके पास वो ऑप्शन रखेगा कौन? Nobody of them are educated. उन्हें बस चूज करने का ऑप्शन है. उन्हें जब ऑप्शन दिया ही नहीं जाएगा तो वो चूज कहाँ से करेंगे? You will find many things like BJP government is taking action very frequently and very harsh steps, and the Congress government was not taking the action rigorously, like in the Kashmir issue 270 article 270. Again, what was the reason? उस समय भी policies options उनके सामने रखे गए थे. Secretaries ने, IS officers ने उनके सामने options रखे थे that we should take action. But again, what was the role of the government? They was given the option only to say yes or no. And you will find in all those reforms, all the policies, the government has to say only yes or no. In the recent farmers bill, it wasn't made by the government, it was made by one of the IS officers. So there's the IS officer. You will say दिखाने के लिए government is ruling, but it's not there. IS officers are ruling the country.